Hi, I'm Angie. Today I'm going to show you a recipe for classic shortbread, and I'm going to be using this ceramic shortbread pan. It's really pretty. It's got a nice Scottish thistle in there, and it prepares the shortbread into little triangle wedges. So let's get started. Classic shortbread is very easy to prepare because there's only a few ingredients, and for best results it's actually better to prepare it by hand, just using a spoon. So to start, I've got a half cup of softened butter. You want to use good quality butter, and you want it to be really soft at room temperature, since you're going to be incorporating everything by hand. So the first thing you want to do is take your spoon and cream the butter until it's really light and fluffy. It's very easy to do when it's softened already. Now I'm going to cream in a third cup of powdered sugar. That's confectioner sugar or icing sugar. You don't want to sift that first, just measure a third of a cup. I'm going to be using the shortbread pan, but of course you can just bake it in a square or rectangle on a regular cookie sheet and cut it yourself into fingers or sticks. Now I'm going to stir in a quarter teaspoon of good quality vanilla extract. You want to make sure it's pure vanilla. Classic shortbread is great for the holidays, and it also makes a really nice present or a hostess gift if you wrap it up nicely. And most people enjoy it. Now I'm going to work in 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Again, that's not sifted, just measured, just using the spoon. I've preheated the oven to 325 degrees. So it just takes a few minutes and a little bit of muscle to work the flour into the butter mixture. Now that you've got it combined, we're just going to knead it by hand a few times until it's nice and smooth. You don't want to add any extra flour, so just do it like this, right on the counter. That just brings the dough together. That looks good. Nice and smooth, no cracks. So to prepare the pan, I've lightly sprayed it with some nonstick spray and then wiped it out with a paper towel. Now I'm just going to take the dough and press it into the pan. This is really nice and easy because you don't need a rolling pin. You can just press it right in there. Just want to make sure it's nice and even and right up to the edge. So at this point, if you weren't using a shortbread pan, you could just put it on a cookie sheet and then cut it into long sticks and make some indentations with a fork on the top, just for decoration. And the last step I'm going to do is prick the surface with a fork all the way over. That prevents air bubbles in the shortbread. And you won't see this because this is actually the bottom. So I'll pop this in the oven at 325 for about 30 to 35 minutes or until it's lightly browned, and I'll show it to you when it's done. Okay, it's been about 32 minutes, and that's generally what I do. If a recipe suggests a baking time of 30 to 35 minutes, I'll just go right in the middle and say about 32 and then check it. You can see it's a lovely golden brown around the edges and just nice on the top. So you want to let it sit in the pan for about 10 minutes and then we'll tip it out and I'll show you. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and the shortbread has cooled off a little bit. What I'm going to do is turn it out onto a wooden cutting board. The easiest way to do that is put the cutting board on top and flip it over. And there you go. So as you can see, the design of the thistles came out onto the shortbread. It looks really pretty. What you want to do is cut it into sections with a sharp knife while it's still warm, because it cuts easier that way. And then just let it cool completely. And you can eat it or package it up. And it's really delicious. It smells so good. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll try some classic shortbread.